right. All right, so good evening, everybody. It's your boy, Cobalt. My name is also John, so you can call me whatever you want. Doesn't really make a difference to me. Tonight, you guys are joining me for dinner. I'm having pierogies. As you can see here, I made a bunch of Mrs. T's cheddar cheese and potato pierogies. And then I did them in the air fryer with some olive oil. And then I put some cheese over the top. Super great. Super good. Now, I will tell you, in all honesty and fairness, this is not as good as when Jessie makes them. I don't know what sort of, witchcraft voodoo she does to these pierogies when she makes them herself, but they are the best things I've ever had in my life, and I eat an entire, pan of them. Hey, Lonnie, welcome in. And so today I have I have a whole plate full, and I got some Cholula hot sauce. If I'm gonna have a hot sauce from home, Cholula is the way to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this. I'm gonna put it into my bowl here. Now, I know that there are some folks that are out there, and they like to, swim, their food in their hot sauce. That's not me. I can't do it. It's, just kind of how I am. I like to enjoy little bits of flavors of everything. Now, just to add to this, I also do have my handy dandy non-diet soda. This is a Pepsi for today, and my handy dandy hydro jug, courtesy of your lovely Jessie Lynn. And I'm going to throw it in right here at the very beginning, and I'm going to say it again later on when we get to it. But if you ever do decide to go to hydrojug.com to make an order to get some hydro jugs, they are awesome. I put ice in this thing, and it keeps it cold for at least 2 days, 3 days. Now, I don't fill the thing up with ice and then throw water in it, but it's still awesome. And you can use the code JessieLynn, JessieLynn, at checkout, and it'll give you 10% off your entire order. So just keep that in mind. But let's get to eating. Welcome in everybody that's here. Happy to have y'all. Now, I know that some people are going to be out there, they're traditionalists or what have you, and they're going to be all, you gotta have onions and peppers and all these other things with your pierogies. That's not me. That most I'll throw in, a kielbasa here or there, or kielbasa, depending on how you want to look at it. But all right, here we go. Got some hot sauce. All right, here we go. So good, guys. Oh, that's some good eating. There's a lot of hot sauce on there too. You guys can see all that. I'm trying not to drop my pierogi. Hello, Tara Lisa. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the support. Ooh, whole bunch in my mouth. So I'm not sure what all you guys have, been able to keep track on, but I do want to let you guys know that Jessie and I, we're kind of doing a little bit of rebranding over here. It's going to be, Jessie Lynn and me. We're going to make it, a couples channel. It's going to, have her stuff. It's going to have my stuff. It's going to have our stuff together. So instead of going and trying to create two different things, since most of our friends are the same group of people, we wanted to, make it easy for everybody. And I'm trying to think about different things that I can do, to make it interesting for everybody. I know that there are things that I like to do, but that may not be the same for everybody. Not everybody likes the same things. So I try to be fair and honest with everybody, and give everybody a little bit of everything that they like. So good. So something that like I'm gonna be trying to do. I'm gonna be talking, stories, telling stories about my military service and things like that. I know that that's something that some folks enjoy listening to. Talking about my travels, things like that. Mm. Talk about some ranting and ravings and you know some quote unquote therapy sessions. I know some people like to just hear the negative side of the world or the world from other people's perspectives, and that's okay too. I can try and share that every once in a while. But something I really enjoy doing is I really enjoy doing video games. I love video games, and I want to kind of try and bring that here. I want to spread something that makes me happy to the community that wants to spend time with me. I'm still trying to work out all the kinks as to how to do it, but I want to try and do that. I want to bring what makes me happy to you guys, so that you guys can see me do more than just show my face. Mm. Now you will see that there are two different kinds, or well, not kinds of pierogies that are here. So you got some that are a little bit more puffy, like this one. This one's a little bit more puffy. And then you have ones that are like this one, which are a lot more, like your typical pierogi. So I made these in two different air fryers. This made it, so that I could have enough and be here to, spend time with y'all, and still have a warm meal. Because your boys got to eat. So like, I like to play a whole bunch of different things. I have my PlayStation that I play a whole bunch of different games in. I love to play things that are like first person stuff. Sometimes occasional third person things. One of my favorite games has always been the Ace Combat series. I love fighter jets. I love flying. I love doing all that stuff. Jessie really doesn't like it when I play because when I get into the game, I'm right there. All I can see is what's right in front of me, and I'll be doing the flips and the turns and the dog fighting sort of stuff because I'm in a fighter jet, and it starts to make Jessie nauseous, and she's like, "Nah, I can't do it." Um, but then there'll be other times where she's gonna laugh. I have this game that I play. It's called Elite Dangerous, and she doesn't not understand how I enjoy this game. But what I do is I'm in a spaceship and I travel to different planets and I do a bunch of different missions and things like that. But it's all from the cockpit of my spaceship. So all she looks up and sees at the screen is I'm flying in a straight line, a bunch of like stars and everything go flying past me, and then I'm in another spot. And then I turn a little bit and I fly in another straight line. So she calls it my flying in a straight line game. I don't know. It's comforting to me. I enjoy it. Um, so there's that. There's another one that um, I'm hoping that I can get here come soon. I know it's one that's been out for a little while, but it's something that I really have been looking forward to, and it's something that I'm hoping that I can get Jessie to play with me. And it's Baldur's Gate 3. It's If you're not familiar with it, it's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's got magic. It's got sword fighting, things like that. It's all turn based with the fighting. It's got aliens and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely encourage anyone to go check it out. So there's that. I also have things like Call of Duty that I like to do. Um, just Jessie likes to say that I need to go and get my S word talker and start talking nonsense to the folks in like team deathmatch and things like that. um, because she really enjoys it when, you know, you get to go in there and you get to talk smack and do all sorts of nonsense. Oh, excuse me. There's that. And then I also have Steam, which is a computer platform system for a bunch of games. And I have over 200 games on Steam. I've had it for almost a decade now. Um, but I love playing video games. It's very comforting to me. I enjoy like what it lets you do. So that's something that I kind of want to bring to the community here. And I know it's not something for everybody. So like I'd want to, you know, try and get some feedback on, you know, what you guys want to see, because if there's something that I have that you guys would want to see, I can put, you know, a series of that up, and you know, we can make it like a regular thing. Whereas if somebody really doesn't like another series, then you know, I don't want to put that up there. Do you guys have any opinions, thoughts? You know, do you guys think it's a, you know, it's a good thing, you know, Jesse and I combining, you know, the melding of the minds, bringing it together, you know, me trying to do my thing on my side, her doing her thing on her side? You know, do you think it's better to, you know, stay with one path? You know, I've seen a lot of places that go and say, you know, pick a niche and stay with it. But I mean, not everybody is going to be great at one thing. So I mean, you should enjoy what you enjoy. I mean, again, it's not something that's for everybody. I know that it's a, you know, it's a different, you know, style of thing, but it's something I enjoy. See, what's another thing that it, you know, I know that we would all enjoy, and I say all of us because I mean, you guys are our community. You know, you guys are our, you know, our friends and our family, and you know, we want to bring what we share together and then have fun and laugh. You know, we talked about this last time I was here. You know, it's a welcoming community. It's a group of folks that we all want to spend time together and enjoy everything that we do. You know, I'd love to go and do things like, you know, just go and go live, just living life. But there's a really big reason that I don't want to do that. Um, as you guys know, Jesse and I have kids, and this, what you see in front of you, is our lives. We choose to be here. You know, they didn't. And, you know, when they become that age and they want to go and do something like that, or they don't want to do something like that, that's your choice. But I don't want to take that away from them and force them to be in a situation where, you know, they're on camera on the face of the world. So, you know, whenever you guys have seen, you know, videos or pictures or anything else with them in it, you've seen their faces covered. You know, it's just the way that we want to, you know, hold things close to the vest for us and let them, excuse me, make the choice when they're ready. So that's the reason, like, we can't do things like that. It's not that we don't want to share, you know, our lives with you guys or what we're doing. It's that, you know, we're trying to be mindful of our surroundings and our family, and, you know, trying to do what's best. And I like to think that that's what anyone would do. Um, I will add in there that, you know, what's best for me and mine is not what's best for everyone else. Excuse me. Um, and that's not me judging, you know, saying, you know, what somebody else does is not good or is good. Um, It's just, this is what I think is what's best for my family, and Jessie thinks is what's best for her family, and that's what we're doing. So we try to enjoy it the best that we can, share what we can, when we can, how we can, and go from there. Plus, I think we all can, understand and empathize with this. We don't know who anybody is on the internet. Internet's a dangerous place. There could be some real sickos out there somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I don't want them showing up at my doorstep. And I'm sure nobody else does either. Excuse me. So, I think it's a good idea. But it's trying to find different things to, make enjoyable for you guys, and, to share different topics. Because I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that's, just like Jessie, and is gonna, see me sitting there playing Call of Duty and be like, "Oh, that guy over there, get him, get him, get him! I can see him." And meanwhile, everybody knows that, things. It's a little bit of a delay. So, Lonnie, these pierogies are potato and cheddar cheese, and then I have some 3 cheese shredded sprinkled over the top, and then I'm dipping them in Cholula. Super good. Not as good as Jessie's, mind you, but she's not able to, get up and sit in front of the stove as long as she used to, but she's getting back there. Mm. Something that, else I've been trying to figure out. Where do you go and, decide this is what I want to do? And that could be anything. Like, what do I want to do for dinner? How many times have you guys sat at home and been like, I have this house full of food, but I don't know what to eat? I do that for almost every meal, and I never know what the heck to go and make. And God bless Jessie. She sits there and she's like, I eat so much shrimp. I love shrimp, but I'm tired of shrimp. And I understand, but you know, you get to that point no matter where you do. I mean, like if you're somebody that goes out to eat at the same restaurant all the time, you know, do you get the same thing on the menu every time you go? Like that's just your go-to, it's your favorite, you like it, you trust it, or do you, get adventurous and try different things? Me personally, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that goes to, the Chinese restaurant and orders the same meal because I know it, I trust it, I like it. I don't need anything else crazy. I don't need nothing fancy. I just want to go out there and I want to enjoy my meal. If I want adventurous, I'll go to a different restaurant. I remember Jessie had me try going to this burger joint, and oh my goodness, it was the first time I ever went there, and it was somewhere that I've never been before. I've never heard of it. It's called Burgatory. Ever since I went there, I loved it. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. They got all sorts of different meats and burgers and all this nonsense. And it was so good. However, I was so nervous to try it. That actually brings up a really good memory. Hold on a second. I gotta get a drink before I tell y'all. All right. So one time, Jessie and I went to Burgatory, and we were eating out because this was during the COVID times, so nobody was allowed to eat inside. So she ordered it. I picked it up. We went. We were sitting in the car, and she got me this milkshake. 'Cause I really like their milkshakes. I think it was like a s'mores one, or or it was like a toasted marshmallow or something like that. I don't remember exactly which one, but it was so good. And I was on my way home, and I started to feel a little weird. My stomach was, just starting to turn a little bit. I was feeling more relaxed. I didn't know what was going on. I loved eating, the burger, and I tried a new seasoning on the burger. Um, it was something I never tried. They had different ones. They had like Cajun and barbecue and spicy and, oh, excuse me. And I was like, maybe the seasoning just didn't agree with me. So we get home, and I go and I start relaxing, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna chill back here. And then the next day we went back, and I got the same thing, and I was like, hey, this milkshake, it doesn't taste the same. It tastes a little off. And she goes and she tastes it, and she's like, yeah, I mean, it does taste a little off. And I go back in, and I'm talking to um the lady that gave me my food, and I'm like, hey, this just, it tastes a little weird. And had the receipt in the car from when I was there before, and then I had this receipt, and I was like, something just does, it's not matching right. Can you look at it, please? And the lady goes, oh yeah, this one was alcoholic, and that was the one for the day before. So when Jessie ordered this, she ordered me an alcoholic milkshake without knowing it, and I was getting tipsy in a car eating a meal, thinking that I just had, weird reaction to my food. I mean, don't get me wrong, it tasted amazing. I loved it. But oh my goodness, we had to make sure every time from then on. That was a funny story. Mm. You guys ever have any stories like that? Hey everybody, welcome in. Thanks for joining. If you haven't yet, make sure you punch that face of mine. Give me that like, please. It's completely free. Helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. It's the one time and one time only you're allowed to socially punch someone in the face. And if it's anything like me, Lonnie will, remind you that punching me in the face is an acceptable response. And Jessie will be like, yes, that's a great idea. So, circling back a little bit, the game that I was talking about, Baldur's Gate. I really, really enjoyed it, reading it online. I don't own it yet. I've been reading about it all over the place. I've been getting so much hype. Um, and I think it would be really cool to do like a series on it, where I get to sit there and I'm on live with y'all, and we get to go and you can create your own character. You can talk about the skills and everything like that, and we can just kind of go and build it together, and we can go through and play it together. Do a little bit of a segment as the day goes by. Not like an all day long thing, because I think that would get irritating for anybody, but maybe just like a little mini series or something like that, where we sit here and we get to play together. Does that sound like something that everybody would be interested in or not interested in? I mean, personally, I would sit there and play the game no matter what. And from what I've heard and read, it's got a lot of replay value. So, a lot of side arcs, side stories, main stories, stuff like that. I mean, never know. It could turn into something where, you guys want me to play a specific game. We can go and try it out. And then I can give you guys like a review on it and tell you what I think. And you guys can see it firsthand. Again, hydro jug. It's pinned down there at the bottom. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. You know, it makes a world of difference. You know, I really do enjoy coming on here and talking with y'all, spending time with y'all. Um, it's a lot of fun. You know, I get to come out here, socialize, you know, meet some really cool people. Hope you get some people that, you know, are enjoying, you know, my company. I'm getting down to the last couple, y'all. The ends here are a bit tough, but that's okay because the toughness is good. This little bit of extra cheese. This was Jessie's idea. I typically don't do this, but I will say that I might start doing it going forward. It is quite enjoyable. It adds a different like texture component, so it's pretty nice. Ooh, or I could do nacho cheese. That would be cool too. I love nacho cheese. Nacho cheese can be great on almost anything. You know, I was watching some other, you know, folks on YouTube recently, and I remember looking at some of like the older videos in comparison to some of the newer videos, you know, or some of like the people that don't post anymore, and it made me remember, you know, what it was like, you know, when I was, you know, growing up, things that, you know, I used to do and really enjoy doing. You know, when I grew up, I used to work on cars. You know, my dad was a big mechanic. He loved working on race cars. He loved working on, you know, all sorts of stuff. I tell you, to this day, I don't know who, you know, could best my dad at taking apart any part of a car and putting it back together. This man did not need an instruction manual. He didn't need to know anything fancy. He could take it apart and he could put it back together by memory. It was amazing. And my dad drove race cars. So not only could he drive it, but he built it. It was awesome. And when I was growing up, that's what I did. You know, I was, you know, still in school and I was racing go-karts every weekend. And, you know, not to brag or nothing, but I did take Jessie. She got to see me, you know, race. And it was pretty cool. You know, no, I wasn't, you know, the fastest one out there, and no, I didn't win all the time. I at most I won one series, and the series that I won was made up of me, two of my cousins, and one person that we met at the racetrack. And they always said, you know, oh, you know, you guys are letting each other win. No, not even close. Because if we ever got close to each other, we were taking each other out. You know, Rubbin's racing, yeah, absolutely. But you're not just you're gonna make them earn it. You know, you're gonna make the person that's running next to you earn that flag. And that's what it was. We didn't mess around. We didn't play. The second you go out on that track, you know, that's family. You know, and yeah, you don't do anything dirty. You play honorably and you race respectfully. But, you know, it's not about the money. It's about the joy of being out there. And that was my, you know, my childhood. I'd go to the racetracks on the weekends. I remember growing up, I'd go to a dirt track, you know, Friday nights. and I'd watch racing. Hey, homies, welcome in. Nice to see you guys. And I remember watching sprint cars, late models, stock cars, pro stocks. I remember watching it all growing up. And, some people sit there and they'll be like, all the racing is good, but the wrecks are where it's really at. And I would agree with you to a point. Until I was the one behind the wheel, I was right there with you. I loved watching the wrecks. I was like, oh, it's chaos. It's controlled chaos. It's so cool. But let me tell you, being somebody that's been, upside down, I am a member of the Upside Down Club. It's not somewhere you want to be. When I flipped my go-kart, I was going about 70 miles an hour. They clocked it. And I came out of the turn and I drifted up so high that my rear wheel caught the outside wall and I went end over end. And I still somehow managed to finish second, but I think that was only because there were two of us left on the track at the time. But it was still really cool. So yeah, sorry, I know I got on a little bit of a tangent there, but all of my pierogies are gone. It was very, very good, very filling. I try not to eat too many. If anybody remembers the Taco Bell challenge that I did, it was quite harsh on my belly. So I try not to eat too much. I know that in my last live, y'all might have seen it, but I do have another challenge coming up. I was called out in a video, and because of life situations, I haven't really been able to put that out yet, but it's coming. I promise you, it is coming. And when it does, obviously, you guys will be the first ones to know about it because you'll be here. I'm looking forward to being here to, continue this journey and, share it with y'all. Yes, Lonnie, it is another challenge. No, I did not make this one up. I was called out. It was something that I didn't really know how to, do. I had to think about it, and I wanted to, go and do it. But because of, things that were happening, I had to make sure it was done right. So, but you guys will see it. I promise you guys will see it. I have to be in the right state of mind, the right place, and get it all done. I'll give you guys a hint. This was a West Coast challenge. It was a challenge that everybody, started out west, and I had to adapt a little bit for out here, which required a lot of research and figuring it out. It was started by a West Coast mukbanger, and it slowly started to move its way towards the Midwest. But because I don't have the same restaurants that they do over there, I had to figure out how to make it work out here. If you haven't kind of picked up what I'm putting down here, Irene Lagordiseats, she's the one that called me out on the challenge. It is the patty challenge. If memory serves, it was originally started by Steven Sushi. So I'm gonna be putting that one out soon, and it's gonna be interesting for everybody to see. So, Angela, hi, welcome in. Yeah, I know, Lonnie. Like when I was in the military, I was over in California for a while, and I saw a whole bunch of the different restaurants that were out that way, and I really enjoyed eating a lot of the stuff that was out there. And when I transitioned back to this side, there was nothing. Similarly, when I went from California to Hawaii, it was very different there too. It was a very different culture shock. You learn real quick about island time, and you get there when you get there. You finish when you finish. So things are going okay. Oh, excuse me. Okie dokie, welcome in. Nice to see you in from across the pond. Things are going okay here. We're getting by the best that we can. Jessie, is doing her 25 days of Christmas, and she's recovering from her chemos. We're just taking it every day as we can. We're real happy to have you in here. We're happy that you are able to come and join us again. I know you're busy over there across the pond, so I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. So that was really filling, guys. I know it's not as long as the last one was, but you know I really appreciate each and every one of you guys being here and taking the time out of your day. I know y'all have lives and responsibilities and things that you do, but taking the time to be here really makes you know a difference. Hey, thanks, Lonnie. I appreciate you putting that out there for us. You being here to help makes all the difference. You know, it's it's nice having you know people here to help support us, and you know you're a good friend, so we appreciate that. How cold is it over there in across the pond in Portugal? Yes, I did. I had pierogies today. I had a couple potato cheddar cheese pierogies that I did in some olive oil, and then I put some shredded cheese on the top. It was really good, and then I dipped them in hot sauce. Um, I got some Cholula hot sauce here. Very very good. If you haven't tried it yet, I would definitely recommend it. Um, Maybe one of these days I'll try and see if I can get Jessie to cook some pierogies for me. Make me real spoiled. Again, I don't know what she does, but I could eat a whole sheet pan full of them. They're so good. Um, it's awesome. Um, 10 degrees Celsius. Oh, whoop, I need to go get me a knit cap. That's too much for me. I am not. I like the cold, but that's a little too cold for me. Um, but yeah, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. Again, I know it was short, but I'm gonna be doing more of these. You're gonna see more videos of me coming up and do different stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying to lean into a couple different you know genres of things to do. Like I want to start doing some games. I want to do maybe some cooking videos of me going and doing some cooking. Definitely some more eating videos. But we're gonna try and branch out a little bit and see if we can you know get some stuff done. But oh no, you're fine. No, don't apologize. I'm just glad you were able to come by. Um, it's again, we're taking it day by day. We're not sure, but we're taking it one step at a time, and we're gonna keep taking the prayers and doing everything. So, but I appreciate you inquiring. So, but until I see you guys again in the next video, again, I really appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Um, and I know Jessie appreciates it. You guys see her in the chat. So, if you haven't already, make sure you punch me in the face and give me that like and share this with all your friends and family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so that you know when myself or Jessie post. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay blessed. Have a great day. Bye, guys.